Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be tackling a pretty buzzy topic. Salesforce certifications.
Oh, yeah.
Are they like a golden ticket? Or are we all just kind of caught up in like a frenzy of digital badge collecting?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
So many questions about this, so let's just dive in.
Let's get into it.
And figure out what.
Absolutely.
Our guide for this deep dive is an article called The Salesforce Certification Frenzy.
Okay.
Balancing quantity with quality in a changing market.
Makes sense.
Straight from the Salesforce blog.
Right.
Dated November 8th, 2024.
Gotcha.
So whether you're thinking about getting certified,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you're the one doing the hiring,
Right.
or maybe you're just curious,
Just interested.
this deep dive is for you.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Absolutely. The article starts off by reminding us that certifications are supposed to be a good thing.
Right.
They show you've got a grasp on the key concepts in Salesforce like security, architecture, all that.
Yeah.
But then it throws this curveball, like this whole trend of people stacking certifications.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're trying to get in the Guinness Book of World Records or something.
Totally. And that's where it gets interesting.
Right.
It's not just about the number.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how those certifications translate
Yeah.
into real-world skills.
Okay, I like that. And the article uses this perfect example.
Okay.
They talk about the sharing and visibility certification,
Yeah.
which is super important for security.
Super important.
But here's the kicker.
Okay.
Even certified folks sometimes trip up
Oh, yeah.
on basic security stuff
Yeah.
when they're actually working on projects.
Interesting.
So it's one thing to know it in theory,
Right.
but then when you're actually in the trenches,
Yeah, that's a great point.
it's different, right?
You got to bridge that gap between
Yes.
knowledge and then the actual application.
Exactly. It's like you aced your baking exam,
Yeah.
but then every time you try to bake cookies at home, they burn.
Every time.
You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you mean.
There's a disconnect.
Totally.
And speaking of disconnect, the article also brings up this point about Salesforce itself.
Okay.
They profit from each certification exam.
Right.
So as the Salesforce world grows, so does their revenue
Yeah.
from certifications.
Mhm.
So is that cynical? I don't know.
It's tricky, right? It makes sense for them to be validating these skills,
Right.
but then does it create this weird incentive
Yeah.
where they're pushing more and more certifications?
Yeah.
Maybe the quality isn't there.
Totally. So it's like this balancing act between a legitimate way to measure skills
Right.
and then a potential cash cow for the platform.
Exactly. And you know what I think is interesting is the article says that employers are starting to see through the numbers.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize that a laundry list of certifications
Right.
doesn't necessarily translate to someone who can actually come in, maintain, improve
Yeah.
their Salesforce system.
So you can't just talk the talk.
Right. You got to walk the walk.
You got to walk the walk.
Yeah. They're looking at, show me the receipts.
They want to see the experience, the
Mhm.
problem solving,
Okay.
and they want to see the results.
Yeah. Like, show me what you've actually done,
Show me what you've done.
not just what you've studied.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. I'm with you on that.
I'm glad.
I like where this is going.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
So let's dig deeper
Let's do it.
into those specific skills
Okay.
that you actually look for in a Salesforce Private Assist.
Awesome.
Because, maybe those aren't even on a certification checklist.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a really important point
Okay.
to consider.
I'm intrigued. Hit me.
All right. I'm ready.
Wait on me.
Let's do it. So first and foremost, I always look for problem-solving skills.
Okay.
Can this person think critically and creatively to overcome challenges?
Because Salesforce projects, they're rarely straightforward.
Oh, yeah, you're going to hit roadblocks.
Exactly. You need someone who can think on their feet, adapt, and come up with solutions.
So it's like that old saying, it's not about the tools you have, it's about knowing how to use them.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And, along with problem solving, I also look for really strong communication skills.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Can this person explain super complex technical stuff
Yeah,
to someone who's not technical?
right.
Can they collaborate effectively? Really articulate their ideas.
So it's not just about being like a tech whiz.
Right.
It's like you got to be a people person too.
Exactly. Those soft skills are so essential in any kind of collaborative environment.
Makes sense.
And then lastly, I always look for a genuine passion for Salesforce.
Okay.
And a willingness to keep learning because things change so fast.
Oh, yeah. Constant.
All the time. So you need someone who's committed to staying up to date.
Right. So it's not just about checking those boxes.
Yeah.
It's about a genuine interest
Yeah.
and a desire to grow.
Exactly. And speaking of checking boxes,
Oh, here we go.
the article brings up this kind of shady
Oh, yeah.
aspect of the certification world.
Uh-huh.
Certification dumps.
All right, the elephant in the room. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, basically these are collections of exam questions and answers that people use to pass
Without actually understanding the material.
without understanding it. And that completely undermines the whole point of certification.
It devalues it for everybody.
Exactly. But here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
The article proposes this idea of AI-powered testing as a solution.
Whoa, hold on. AI to the rescue?
Right.
So you're saying like a system that could adapt to how you're answering
Yeah.
and figure out if you're just like spitting out memorized answers.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild.
It could make the whole exam process more rigorous,
Okay.
more personalized, make sure people really get it.
Okay, so that's fascinating and a little bit scary. What do you think about this whole AI solution?
I think it definitely has potential. It could help weed out the people who are trying to cheat the system.
Right.
And make sure those certifications reflect real knowledge and skills.
Okay.
But of course, there are challenges.
Yeah.
You know, we need to make sure the AI is fair.
Right. We don't want to accidentally disadvantage anyone.
Exactly. It's like any new technology, there are benefits and risks to consider.
Right. It's a trade-off.
Totally.
Yeah.
But even with those challenges, I think AI could really improve the whole certification process.
Okay.
Make it a more accurate measure of skill and knowledge.
All right. So that's a lot to think about.
Definitely.
But let's shift gears a little bit.
Okay.
Back to the job market.
Mm-hmm.
The article suggests that the tide is turning
Oh, yeah.
when it comes to how companies view Salesforce certifications.
I've seen that.
You've seen it. Okay. Tell me more.
Yeah, it seems like companies are moving away from simply counting certs.
Right.
And they're starting to look at things like portfolios of real projects, you know, technical skills, evidence of problem solving.
So less about the badges, more about what you can actually do.
Exactly. They want someone who can come in and hit the ground running, make a real impact.
Not just someone who's got a long list of certifications.
Right. Exactly.
So you're telling me all those like late night coding sessions,
Mm-hmm.
passion projects,
Yeah.
those are actually valuable.
They are super valuable. They show potential employers that you're really into it, that you're willing to go the extra mile to learn and grow.
Okay, so it's about taking initiative, showcasing those skills in action.
Exactly.
I love it.
Okay.
So what other advice would you give to someone
Sure.
who wants to stand out
Yeah.
in this evolving Salesforce landscape?
The key is to blend theoretical knowledge with hands-on experience.
Um,
Don't just study the concepts, apply them.
So like build something, solve a problem,
Exactly.
and then show it off.
Show it off. Build a portfolio
Right.
that demonstrates your skills and your problem-solving abilities.
Okay, portfolio building 101.
Yeah, for sure. And also, don't underestimate the power of connecting with the broader Salesforce community.
Oh yeah, networking is key.
It's huge. Engage with online forums.
Mm-hmm.
Groups attend industry events because you can learn from others' experiences, gain insights, and you might even find job opportunities.
So it's like being an active member of that community can open doors
Absolutely.
and accelerate your learning.
For sure.
I like that a lot.
I'm glad.
Yeah, that is some seriously solid advice. Don't chase the badges, chase the knowledge and the skills.
Love it.
So to sum it all up,
Okay.
certifications can be a great launching pad,
Right. A good starting point.
but to really make a mark in the Salesforce world,
Yeah.
you got to go beyond that paper chase,
You got to show that you can actually apply it. You're
right?
passionate. You want to push the boundaries.
Yeah, it's like reading a cookbook
Uh-huh.
versus like whipping up a gourmet meal.
Yeah.
You need both.
Absolutely.
The knowledge and the experience.
I love that analogy. And don't be afraid to experiment either.
Try new things and, maybe fail along the way.
Right. Yeah.
That's how you learn.
Embrace the challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about folks who might be feeling overwhelmed by all the different certification paths and specializations?
Mhm.
Any advice on how to navigate that?
I would say start by figuring out what you're really interested in
Okay.
and what your career goals are.
Uh-huh.
Like what parts of Salesforce are you passionate about
Right.
and what kind of role do you see yourself in?
Got it.
Once you have that vision,
Yeah.
you can kind of tailor your learning journey to fit that.
So it's like creating a roadmap for your Salesforce adventure.
Exactly.
You don't have to climb every mountain. Just focus on the peaks.
Right. Choose your own adventure.
That align with your goals like that.
And tap into that Salesforce community.
Oh, yeah.
Reach out, ask questions, learn from their experience.
It's like having a Sherpa guide
Yeah.
through the Salesforce Himalayas.
Totally.
Now, before we wrap up,
Let's circle back to that whole AI-powered testing thing.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's a pretty futuristic concept.
It is.
Do you think it could actually, like, revolutionize the certification process?
I think it's a game changer.
Okay.
It could make exams more dynamic and personalized, make
Mhm.
sure people are actually understanding,
Yeah.
not just memorizing.
It's almost like having a virtual tutor
Right.
tailoring the experience to your needs.
Exactly. And it could make things more fair, too, by,
Okay.
reducing cheating and making it more equitable.
Well, that's a hopeful thought.
Yeah,
So to wrap things up, it sounds like certifications are just one tool
right.
in a much larger toolkit.
Yeah,
It's the combination of knowledge, skills, experience, and that community engagement
absolutely.
that really sets you apart.
Well said.
So embrace the learning process,
Yeah,
connect with others,
for sure.
and don't be afraid to push the boundaries.
That's the key takeaway.
That's fantastic. We've only skimmed the surface here.
We did. We did.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you a better understanding
Yeah,
of the Salesforce certification landscape
absolutely.
and how important it is to balance quantity with quality.
Could not agree more.
So if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, definitely go check out the full article.
Yeah, good idea.
We'll provide the link in the show notes.
Great.
Until next time, keep diving deep
Keep learning.
and keep that Salesforce passion burning bright.
Absolutely.